I think that the old chestnut, which is an old chestnut for good reason, is Patagonia. I think Yvon Chouinard has provoked a conversation about what capitalism is and how it can and should be that has been unparalleled. And I think that what he's done with his company is, breathtaking breakthrough. Having said that, he's actually deliberately kept it out of the mainstream system now by keeping it private. And so I think that's where things get a lot trickier. So I sort of hang out. I do just enough sort of board work to stay engaged in the game, but the rest of the time is what my passion is, which is coaching now. But so I'm on the advisory board of Seventh Generation, and Seventh Generation is a wholly owned subsidiary of Unilever, and it is it's a B Corp, obviously, as in that's the minimum. But they are it's a detergent company. And they are, I think, doing a really terrific job at not only trying to run a conscious, sustainable, and activist organization, but they're also trying to influence a much bigger system in Unilever. And I think the structure of that is interesting because you've got the head of the global detergent business who's on the advisory board as well. And so I think this idea of sort of big organizations having small organizations within them that are trying to push the envelope and then trying to influence the big mothership, or is I think a useful model. And there are quite a few companies doing that. I mean, Danone is doing that also. And I think that we don't give enough credit to the people fighting inside or big organizations for a better way. So if you look at Peter Takulva at Unilever, I mean, he's working really hard to double down on the R&D resources that are going to lead to making organic surfactants and making the things that we use to wash our clothes and so on sustainable. And I think inside many big companies, you've got some individuals who are doing a great job. So the woman who runs the organization, Alison, is doing a great job, and so Peter I think is too. I'm on the board of another organization which is not listed, but has multiple investors, called Guayaki, which is a yerba mate business. And yerba mate, for those of you who don't know, is a herbal drink from Latin America. And I think they're doing a really great job at trying to make sure that that the whole supply chain of yerba mate all the way back to Latin America is clean and clear and transparent. And again, I think there are some really interesting leaders in that space. If you take, I think, again, there are a lot of leaders who are not highly visible, but are working away inside their organizations to try and use their resources more responsibly. And I'm careful because there's sort of confidentiality issues around these things that I need to be careful about. But my overall point is by the time leaders come to our attention as sort of conscious leaders, they've been at it for a long time. I'm very interested in the ones who are kind of emerging, quietly working away trying to be their best selves in an organization that really doesn't serve them.